Dear Kirk, I'm so excited to see you this weekend. This is Tiffany, the hot blonde that you swiped right on. And we've been talking for a couple of days now. I'm very excited to meet you. Hugs and kisses.
Huh? Ew, I swiped right on that. Unmatch.
What the hell?
Whoa!
And that's online dating. Wow. You know what? Cut that. We gotta work on our improv. We gotta do how to improv next. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to the Doozy podcast.
Yeah, you know, you're probably thinking, what the hell is going on right now? Why are they having a meeting in the middle of an episode?
God,
What's going on?
Well, the word doozy means something that's extraordinary or outstanding of its kind.
And we are not that.
No, and our cold opens are getting worse and worse.
Yep.
You know what I think it is?
What?
I think it's because we take too long in between. We've been taking a lot of breaks recently, but when we're on it, I think we're just in it. I feel like the cold opens are better like that.
What do you mean by that?
Our cold opens suck.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's because
if the
consistency of the episodes were coming out, you know, on a weekly basis, like we were doing it and we were sticking with it, you know, it would have had more, you know, a little more gumption to it. But that's why we have Jose to make us look better.
That's right.
You know,
and that's also why this is the podcast that we're going to continue to give you the tools to become successful in life.
But we want to be.
Yeah.
The best part is we're going to learn how to be successful ourselves, but we also teach you how to be successful yourself while we also learn how to be successful ourselves teaching you. So we're going to...
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. I'm Alex. Oh my God, he unmatched me. Stop.
And I'm Kirk. I want you to show me how much of a slut you are, Koz.
Yeah, I like that. Well, slut, what are we talking about this week?
Well, today we are going to learn how to online date. Yay, claps for, I don't know why we're clapping for online dating. I think it sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, I used to love it.
Every single thing about it, it's hard. It takes a lot of me to do it.
Well, not after these tips. I'm gonna show you how to be a master at it. Yeah, exactly.
Gone on a total of 2 dates through online dating. That's it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think you should have a little more fun with it.
That is the thing. It's like having more fun with it.
Have a little more fun with it.
It takes a little bit more. It takes focus, and it takes
full finger swipe.
The full what's that?
The full finger swipe.
The full finger swipe.
Yeah. To swipe right.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that much. Are we really not on the same page here when we're talking?
No, I wasn't sure if that was like a saying.
No. It's not.
Oh, you gotta enroll in the full finger swipe.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
You know what? This makes sense. You have no idea what I'm talking about because you don't do the online dating.
Don't.
Right.
I hate it. I don't know if I'm built for it, or I just don't have enough practice or anything.
But you're the biggest slut ever.
I'm the biggest slut, and let me show you if you ask me.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward for us not being on the same page throughout the entire episode.
Hey, that's how we show some variety.
Well, let me ask these two online. When you did online date, right? What app did you use, and you know how was your experience? Yeah.
Hinge. Like kind of has a built-in like you gotta engage.
Yeah,
that's the cool thing, especially if it is something that you are actually looking to do, to like engage and go on dates and all this different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The time that I did do it, I was like, yeah, I'm open to it. Okay, things in my life were going well. I felt confident. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Hinge has always been really, really great because it's built in that you have to engage certain prompts or the personality
prompts.
of certain things.
It shows you who you are a little more. Yeah.
Where a lot of other things are kind of mindless swiping. And then it's like, oh, what did I swipe on? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Hinge is like, you're not swiping. You're liking a specific part about the profile. So then people will be like, why did you like that thing?
It enforces you to like actually have a reason.
Yeah.
Instead of just like swipe. Yeah. What about you?
Well, you didn't. So it didn't work out for you.
One of them was just like a fun like day in like a park date. I think back in like, I don't know, like 2018 or 2019, and then the other one resulted in a relationship for a little over a year.
So it did work out a little bit for you there. Now you're just not going on them anymore, keeping it natural.
I mean, it's like I have them, at least one of them. It's just, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of me to commit to it.
Right.
I think it's just kind of like where I'm at in my life. I'm like, am I ready to commit to this?
Right.
Am I ready? Because it takes a commitment
to
put yourself out there.
Well, that brings us into the top 8 tip here.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'll say
no, please.
You know, I was on Hinge, and that's how I met Lauren, who's been on the podcast, and we're together still. So you know, it worked out. But I used to love those dating apps.
Yeah.
But that's the old me, you know. That's the old me, and so we're gonna have a lot of flashbacks this episode. Great,
and I can't wait to learn.
Yeah.
So we're jumping into.
Let's
the
jump in. Number 8. Here we go.
So the number 8 tip. Coincidentally enough, make sure you are ready to start dating.
Yeah.
Chances are that if you're looking for online dating tips, you're serious about turning your search into an online dating success. Whether you're searching for your first real relationship or recently separated from a partner, though it is important that you are really open and ready to meet somebody new. Psychologist Salama Marine says that dating online is like dating in real life. If you're not ready to date someone, just don't.
In the metaverse.
But in the metaverse. If you're not ready to date someone, just don't do it. It's better to feel completely ready and confident enough to meet someone who can complete you. Okay, not a big fan of that. Make sure you are open and committed to finding a long-term relationship, and in turn, you could meet someone really great. Yeah, I think that's where my mind is at. I go back and forth.
Well, that's where a lot of people are, you know, getting heartbroken nowadays because people think that, you know, they need to just feel the loneliness by just dating everybody, but then when certain people want to take it seriously and that person's like, nah, I'm not ready for it. It kind of fucks that person up. So I would say, you know, go on the apps or like actually pursue somebody if you're ready for it or if it means something to you.
Yeah.
You know?
It also opens up the conversation of just the literally like, I don't know, like the being on the same page, or I guess that kind of conversation doesn't come until maybe a few dates in, but there's, you know, some people are out there just sweeping like every single week, just like left and right, going on dates, you know, at like a few years ago, and it's God, what was I gonna say?
It's good to know what you're going to say before you start talking. You know? That's another online thing. You have time to form and write out sentences.
That's great. I like that part.
So maybe you should just only date online.
Never meet them in person.
Never meet them in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Number 6. What do we...
I remember what I was going to say.
Good.
It was like there's a paradox of choice. That's the big thing with online dating that comes with it, is that there is a constant idea in the back of a lot of people's mind that it's like, there's another person that's better. There's another person that's better. Gotta catch 'em all. Bumble date. You know,
Yeah,
like
Bumble, yeah, Bumble, yeah.
Yeah. Like, so that I was gonna say that adds.
Well, that's the thing, though. Now that you have access to kind of talk to people out there in the world from everywhere, how do you know who's the?
But that's what
best one. You know, how do you know? There probably is someone better, but
that's what I believe.
You know,
makes certain apps stand apart from others is the engagement, and it cuts through the bullshit. Some apps more than others. You know.
Yeah. Well, let's go to number 7. Find the best dating site for you. Choosing the right dating site takes time and research. You want to find something that caters to your needs and desires. Tinder and Hinge are the biggest ones people are using right now, but Bumble, Grindr, Craigslist, you know.
Yeah, Craigslist?
Craigslist. They're all, eHarmony, you know, Match.com.
Yeah.
There's so many websites out there.
Some of those, they get into the nitty-gritty specific.
Yeah, some of them you have to pay for. I would do the ones that you don't really have to pay for. So, do you pay for Hinge?
No. I mean, all of those dating apps have, like, other tiers that you can see all the likes, all the people who follow you. Yeah. You can backtrack. Oh, I didn't mean to Bumble, I didn't mean to press X or swipe left. Or, you know, like,
which is really fucking with people. Oh,
wait, maybe not unlimited. Those back swipes or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Find the best dating site for you. Yeah.
Hinge is probably the best one.
I think it is. I think it kind of unanimously.
I think everyone likes, but their thing is, you know, I think their like whole advertising is it's the app that's designed to be deleted, which I think people are drawn to because they're like, oh, this is the one I get to find the one on. You know?
Yeah.
It's more for a younger crowd though. You don't really see the older. That's where you go to the eHarmony. I think.
What's young? I don't know anymore.
What are we, 30?
You're 30. I'm a few months
away
young. From 32. I'm young.
But then I have coworkers who are like 23.
And what are they?
And I'm like, who I was at 23 was just a completely different person entirely. Yeah.
I was a fucking baby.
I
still am.
I was a menace. You think I'm bad now?
Yeah.
I was a piece of shit back in the day.
I feel like if we had crossed paths, in our early 20s, it would solely be like, hey, you're getting fucked up. We're getting fucked up, all right? It would just be at parties.
Yeah.
And then if I saw you around, I'd be like, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
It was like, I hate this guy too.
Yeah, I hate this guy. Yeah.
No, yeah.
No, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I hate you now. But it's
same.
You know. But we met naturally. We met outside.
We met naturally on that podcast host finding app.
We did.
Swipe right.
Yeah, we did good.
The balance. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep going here.
Moving on, we got the top 6 tip, which is very important. And wow, create
the essence.
The essence of your success.
Yeah.
Create a good online dating profile. One of the most important tips for online dating is knowing how to create a good profile. It's important to have a profile that illustrates your positive qualities without seeking like you're showing off. On your description, think about exactly why you chose to register. What kind of person do you want to meet? And what kind of relationship are you looking for? What are your values? But be careful. Don't say too much. This could break the mystery. And we learned a lot about mystery last week.
We did.
It could break the mystery. And online or not, it's important to keep some in the seduction game.
Yeah.
It is important for you yourself to identify what exactly you're looking for in a relationship and display it in your profile. But it is also beneficial to maintain an air of mystery. Just like in the offline dating world, leave people wanting to discover more about you. The funniest thing that's happening on Hinge right now, when I do check it and I'm like, why not? You know, most of my
is that what's in your description?
Well, no, most of this is me on a dating app. Big gulps, huh? All right, see you later. It's like oh,
big gulps.
It's like the Dumb and Dumber.
Oh.
Jim Carrey. Big gulps, huh?
Yeah.
All right, see you later.
See you
Like,
later.
oh, look, women. All right, I'll see you if I see you.
Now, will you reach out to them first, and then they won't just no one will answer you?
Or it's just me going through and I'm like, oh, look, a woman. I'm done now.
There you
But
go.
one thing with the dating profile, like describing and building, one thing that I've seen on Hinge, it's comical. What this mentions, state what you're looking for. Because it's helpful to just like cut through the bullshit. Like, what are you here for?
Yeah.
But Hinge has started to say, looking for short term, open to long term. Yeah. Looking for long term, open to short term. It's like, pick a fucking, what do you want? You want a relationship, right? I don't get it.
Yeah, I love those profiles where like it's it's maybe like the ugliest person in the world. Not everyone's ugly, Alex. Everyone's beautiful. Shut up. There are ugly people out there. It's you, okay? They're those fucking people who, they're not the top. Let me rephrase. They're not on the top, of the list.
They're not top of the call sheet.
They're not the top of the call sheet, right? And they'll have this bio where it's like, if you're not looking for something serious and fucking just swipe left, if you're under 6 feet, don't do this. If you don't make this amount of money, don't do this. Don't talk to me. Blah blah blah. These women will set just have like a laundry list of like tabs and you're just like, okay, and then you'll comment and you'll be like, oh well. She has to be under 150 pounds. It's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's a battle. There's a battle going on now.
It really is.
Everyone's acting like it's not about looks. It's about looks initially, and then you get to know someone, and that's when you figure out that you don't want them anymore. But you should want to be.
And that's when you figure out you don't want them anymore.
Exactly. But initially, you should put up the best photo you got. Yeah. Well, that
For the first time in my life, I actually have good photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, we'll talk about that. That's actually the next one. But we're going to take a quick little break here, all right? And when we come back, you better swipe left on that troll, okay? Because they're out there.
They're out there.
They're troll
Watch
people.
out for those fishers with their fish photos, too.
Exactly. The guys with the fishing photos.
And especially the golfers. Those are fuckboys.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. We'll be right back. Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, we'll just take
Stop swiping for a sec.
Stop swiping for a sec, you slut.
You slut. Stop swiping for a second, you slut. And why don't you hop onto YouTube and just smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button.
And
that's how we need to power up.
We need to power up. And when you smash us,
right?
you follow us on that Twitter.
Right.
You follow on the YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, Twitter, but the party's always at Instagram, okay?
That's right.
And once that account gets hacked, we're fucked.
We are fucked.
We are fucked, all right? But we're now going to throw it to maybe the sexiest guy that basically I feel like we're online dating with Jose because it's always through the screen.
It is. It's like we get to be like, I can't wait to see what they say next.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Jose, what are your thoughts on online dating, and how do you think this episode's going so far?
I love online dating. I thought online dating was so much fun. It was such a great way of meeting new people and like experiencing new things, going to different bars, going to different restaurants, and it was just fun to text people. You guys later in the episode say that you don't like the texting part. That's like my favorite part. I love messaging for days upon days upon days, and maybe never even meeting up. I just enjoy the chatting aspects. The episode's going terrible. You guys suck. Kirk, you should go on more dates. You go on more dates. Comment, swipe, talk to these people. Don't think everybody has to be your wife. Talk to people. Treat them like human beings, Kirk. Alex, your girlfriend's very lovely. She's very nice. I love her. She opened up her home to me. And Kirk, be better. Be better. Bye.
Boy, I'll tell you. When it comes to, who's at the top of the call sheet, this troll. Oh, God, he is ugly. Okay.
God. Yeah, but somehow he, Jose and you are the biggest fucking horn dogs I know.
Horn dogs.
Like, my entire friendship with both of you guys has been just like, oh, yeah, just finishing up a date. I'm like, aren't we filming? Yeah, just finish. Oh, like getting to his house and then be like, walking past a girl. I'm like,
does it? Yeah.
All right, let's record me doing Chewbacca noises.
Exactly.
Why am I single? Yeah.
You gotta go on. You gotta online date more. You gotta go out there now.
Yeah.
You gotta come. You gotta accept.
Come. I
you gotta come.
Hey,
come. Well, speaking of that, let's go back to the show here, everybody.
We'll get into nitty-gritty.
During the break, we were talking about Kirk coming, and I think we're going to put a pin in that and just move on to the next tip.
Why don't we?
We were talking more about photos and stuff before the break. But let's dive into tip number 5. Put up the perfect profile photo. It's essential. According to a survey of EliteSingles.com, right? I think, did you fund that? A shocking... EliteSingles.com. A shocking 52% said that they wouldn't even open a profile without a profile picture. Okay? So in short, perhaps the most important tip you could take from this guide to online dating is to include at least one photo of yourself, tempting as it may to use an old photo.
An old folder.
Frodo. An old photo of Frodo. As tempting
as it is to use a Frodo Baggins.
As tempting as it is to use an old photo of Frodo, use your own photo, okay? Don't do it.
We all know that Frodo Baggins is peak male physique. Share the load, Mr.
Especially
Frodo.
Old photos of Frodo, okay? It will only do you a disservice in the long run. Look, those old photos of you looking good, okay? That was
different time.
That was a different time.
Yeah.
You're a troll now. You are a troll now, okay? You looked good. You know how many I wanted to post photos of me with my hair, Couldn't do it.
You can't do that.
Could do it.
Not
Luckily
when you don't have
enough, right? Luckily enough, when Lauren and I met on Hinge,
yes, that's right.
all my photos were me with hair, okay? They were all me with hair.
You catfished her.
I did catfish her, but right before the date, that's when I shaved it, and I texted and I said, look, I shaved my head, went through a crisis, and, if you want to cancel the date, I understand. I think that was respectable,
Yeah, absolutely.
And she was like, oh, fuck, he's bald now, and she still ended up coming, and here we go. So... It is coming to the date.
Yes.
It's a good idea to take a full head and shoulders photo, Frodo. Take a full head and shoulders picture of Frodo. Right.
Yeah.
Dress up as Frodo. And
take a profile
picture. Preferably outside, as natural.
Preferably the Shire.
The Shire. As natural lights tends to be more flattering. Get your friends or family to help you with it and let your picture illustrate the real you. Professional freelance photographer Toby Aiken, recommends taking a photo somewhere where you feel at ease, like the Shire. If you are relaxed and comfortable, this will come across in the picture, which is much more attractive. Then your potential partners will know that what you're really like, thus allowing room for a genuine, honest relationship to blossom.
I will
We're posting a picture of Frodo.
Frodo Baggins.
A headshot of Frodo for sure.
Now, I will say, put more than one photo, please, because if you put like less than 3, you look like a bot.
Yeah, and don't do like close up. Don't do close up pictures of your face where people want to see They want to see your face.
They want to
see your body. They want to see, well, what does the body matter, Alex? It matters, okay? Unless you're into that. Maybe guys
Listen, you might be the hottest troll just up here.
Yeah.
But
there was that one video where the girl was like zoomed in and she's like, oh, he canceled the date when he showed up or something. And it was and she looked great from here to here, right? And then she's like, this is the jacket I wore, and she backed up. And it had to, and she blew up the frame there, and that's what it is. And again, there's nothing wrong with people being fat or whatever, but she catfished him. That's
honest.
wrong. Don't catfish people. Be honest.
Be honest.
You know,
with
if
what
you're
you
big,
like.
if you're big and beautiful, then flaunt that. Don't hide.
Because people will
want that.
Love that.
People want that. That's it. I'm big and beautiful.
You know what? I will say, be your 100% weird self, because somebody will come along and like it. That's what I'm doing with my profile right now.
And he's crushing it.
I am going to I'm going to send at least the profile picture to Jose. It's why I'm wearing this shirt. Now, this is my Hinge profile. It starts with, this is the first photo you see. How my friends see me.
Jesus Christ.
And listen, that's me. That's me. This is my personality.
Yeah.
I'm weirdly attracted to someone who can commit to a really funny bit in the moment.
Yeah.
That's really, I'm being honest there.
Look at that.
Okay, 31, boom, home care, my job, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I have this cute little frickin' headshot. It's
really
so good.
Freaking cute.
It's cute. And then I have this little thing. Oops, caught me risen. Okay, to be honest, I have no idea what that exactly means. I'm just trying to be a hip aging millennial and thought it made sense.
Yeah.
I'm making fun of myself, but also you see me smizing, you see me all this.
Yes.
Me with attractive buddies at a singles
Look at
party.
That.
I also have another prompt that says, we're the same type of weird if you agree that Shrek 2 is the best sequel ever made.
Okay, perfect.
I have this photo of me in the
what am I doing here?
The finance thing, and it says goes on a corporate offsite and comes back looking like a douchey finance bro.
Yeah,
that's witty, you know.
That's witty.
It's also self like, oh hey, look, this is what I look like sometimes. But the last time I cried happy tears watching Everything Everywhere All at Once, showing a little bit of like vulnerability. Hey, and then I got that little kind of chill, and then I also show you my body by that super white girl wasted.
That's the
and
swipe.
Then you can see that I'm a troll.
Yeah,
and I say so I'm really tall if you're into that, and every girl is into that. So that's a little. It's very.
You know what? To me, that seemed like a very wholesome.
That's me.
Profile.
That's me showing you who I am. There's me being like open, but also like witty and stuff.
I will say
taking a long time.
I will say there was an obvious one mistake that you did do on there. There was 0 photos of Frodo.
I could not agree more.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need that. That's what you need there. But that was a good wholesome one. You know, I would go through mine, but I deleted it years ago.
Of course.
And
you gotta put things that are recent.
Now, see, what he did was he sat with himself and
he's like,
this is good, this is good, this is
and
good.
I asked people.
This is good. What I did was I went to my group of friends who are all girls, right?
Yeah.
And I said, go through my Instagram, go through my Facebook, go through everything and find the photos that will just, that any girl will be like, yep. And then arrange them in a certain way. And they went wild, okay? They went wild on the group chat, and they were throwing photos in, and they were yelling at each other. They were like, no, put this one first, And it finally came out to, like, the first photo and then what I should say, what I should get rid of, and it literally, like, created a Hinge profile for me. And it was literally everything that I would have not done on my own or went against.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the first photo was a photo that I was like, oh, this doesn't show shit. And they're like, yeah, that's the first photo. That's what you need. We all love that photo collectively. And I'll tell you, I started to get more bites naturally.
Yeah.
More bites naturally, yeah. So sell out, you know?
Sell out and just get the opposite sex that you were trying to attract their opinion, which I have here and there.
Yeah.
And some friends and
Trolls?
stuff. But also, there's a part of me that is low-key trolling it because I'm like, okay.
Well, you know what?
Online.
You're not taking it seriously. It's fun. It's a good one. And the most important thing is you're making people laugh on there. It's a good one. I sure
hope so.
That's what it is. All right, well, let's keep going
Let's keep going.
Photos are a big thing.
The top 4 tip, everybody, make a great introduction with your first message. Super important. When it comes to online dating, the first message can be a deal breaker. It's kind of like with flirting. It's kind of connected.
Yeah, it is.
We're entering into another level of flirting and this type of dance. So that first message can be a deal breaker. What does that mean? It can be difficult to craft an engaging text that's flirty, yet appropriate, and leaves an impression on the recipient. Avoid copying and pasting messages. It's obvious and a huge turnoff. Poor spelling is equally frowned upon. Read it over before you click send. So what's the best way to get the conversation going with your first message? Find something in their profile you both share and talk about that. This not only helps you establish your shared interest, but also demonstrates that you have actually read their profile and paid attention to their hobbies. There's an elephant in the room, and it's the thing that you've been looking at the whole time, the elephant in the profile picture. Next to Frodo.
Yes.
The elephant.
The elephant. Yes, exactly. Don't copy and paste boring ones or like use ones that you've seen off the internet or whatever. I mean, make it unique.
There is something there to engage on. There's a reason why somebody put a specific thing on their profile to engage on that. It's something
they want to show who they are, and then you go in and just be like, Shrek 2 sucked, and then he'll be like, are you flirting with me?
Are you flirting with me? Oh my god.
Exactly.
Mother.
Yeah. The first introduction is it. That's it. That's the first impression. Make or break right there.
Yeah. I would say use what is in front of you, and the profile is in front of you. Now, I will say, one thing that I did this past weekend, a few days ago, was I listened to the final episode of Better as Friends podcast with you and Maureen.
When?
And it was just this past weekend.
Really?
Yeah, and I listened to it because it was the art of texting. It was the last episode you guys did.
How was it?
And one thing that you mentioned that Maureen was actually like, wait, what? You guys do that? Was the Notes app. The guys. I mean, when you want to, I mean, sometimes the stakes are high.
Yeah, you can't. Writing
the first text or writing like a response and making sure that the notes
write it out. And because what if while you're writing it is you slip and fall and it sends, or you put it down for a second and then it records the audio and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna send there. What the fuck?
No, but that is actually one thing that when I was
I gotta rewatch. To that stuff.
When I was listening to that, I was like, holy shit, yeah, that I think that is a thing that girls don't know that us guys do. Which is like, if we want to impress you or if we want to,
it's calculated.
It is calculated. We think through it. It's not. We're not like just like splurging whatever on it. If we care, you know.
If we care.
And that was something that I was like, it kind of lines up with the dating apps because.
Yeah, you gotta write it out separately, and then if you like it, you go through the first draft, second draft, and then you send it, and then they just don't respond. You're like, I put so much time. Put so much time, and then they'll come back and they'll be like, and no misspellings, whatever. Girls, they don't.
You're like, I put the amount of attention into that previous text like it was my college thesis.
Exactly.
And you just spelled the wrong version of there.
Right?
Yeah.
God. That's the first impressions are so.
First message is a make or break.
Yeah, go on the right website. Be ready to date and do it. have a good profile, have a good
up-to-date pictures,
right? And then get ready for that first introduction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Number 3, top 3, everybody. Take your damn time. Damn it. There's no rush to meet potential partners instantly. Building trust and a rapport with someone takes time, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking it slow. Exchange a good amount of messages and get to really know each other online before you meet offline. Also, don't be discouraged. It's pretty rare to meet the perfect person. It's pretty rare to meet the perfect person instantly, and that's for the best. You can improve your seduction skills and also get to know more about what it is exactly that you want. Maybe something will come to light that you didn't realize before, and maybe you'll find that trying to force a flower to bloom will kill that flower. So remember, patience pays off in the end.
One thing I will say to this
That's
is
the other thing, forcing things. Yeah, don't force it.
One thing I will say, there's one sentence in this that says, exchange a good amount of messages and really get to know each other online before you meet offline.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There's a happy balance to that I
say no.
In my rare experience of it, and I have no doubt for you, where there's a moment where, why the fuck have you been talking for more than I swear to you, 24 to 48 hours and not asked them out on a date?
That's what it is.
Or how are you still talking a week in and you have not met for a date? No, they're stringing you along. Cut it off.
Cut it off.
There's no amount of like, oh yeah, I'm really gonna get to know them through the ones and zeros and this and that. The real getting to know is in person.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
You set the tone, you set everything up through that. Yeah.
Were you gonna say something? No, I agree with you entirely on that. You don't want to exchange a good amount of messages or whatever. You both are
the perfect.
You both are on there to meet someone. You both liked each other, right? Maybe share a couple messages or whatever. And then I used to be like, hey, instead of, there was a point where, then you could just keep asking him questions or whatever, but like I would keep it like couple texts, and then I'd be like, hey, I'm way better at this in person, you know? We both like each other, want to go out for drinks or whatever, and they'd be, and like 99% of the time, they'd be like, yeah, here's my number. I'd be like, all right. And then I would text them, and they'd be like, oh, let's meet at this place, and we go out, and then it'd be a good time. That's it.
Yeah.
But the more you sit on the app, the more that they are like, yeah, do I really like this guy? I just matched with somebody else. Yeah. And then your messages start to go to the bottom because they're messaging all these other people. You want to get in and strike.
You want to get in and strike.
You want to get in and strike.
Zero dark 30.
Yeah. But it's not, but it's strike.
Strike.
Yes. Zero dark 30.
Yeah, Zero dark 30. Osama bin Laden.
Because those trolls are quick.
Your date is in that compound. Yeah. You're gonna get in there and you're gonna strike.
You gotta strike. All right. Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are on the same page.
On this, yeah.
Just generally, I think we've been good.
I think over time, it's been like, let's cut the bullshit. Do you want to go out sometime?
Yeah, that's what it is. That would be like maybe sometimes my first.
That's internal monologue.
Sometimes my first text to them would be, "Want to grab drinks this weekend?" And then they'd be like, "Sure," Yeah. Because what are you gonna talk about? You talk about everything online, then you go meet in person where the mystery's gone.
So this tip, there's
number 2. Everybody, we're moving on.
So take your time, but there's a balance.
Mm-hmm.
You also want to strike. You want to get in a strike. The top 2 tip.
I thought you were moving on.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay. The top 2 tip is prepare for the first date.
And then strike.
Okay. Get your pincer ready.
Yeah.
Number 2 is prepare for the first date. When you've formed a connection with someone online and you're preparing for the all-important first date offline, the key is to keep it simple. Meet for a coffee or a walk in the park so that you have a chance to really talk and get to know one another.
Or drinks.
I would say that's very...
But if neither of you drink, then go get some coffee or walk in the park.
This way you can establish if there's chemistry between you. If you feel like you've clicked online, then most likely you'll click in person too. Focus on the future, not the past. No one likes to hear about an ex on the first date, right? Ooh, cringe. Try not to compare your date to previous partners and allow yourself to be open to something and someone new. One of the best online dating tips then is to keep the past in the past. Oh, absolutely. You hear about fucking horror stories of first dates where it's like that
used to be another one of my moves there. I used to be like, okay, so tell me about like the worst date you've ever been on, right?
Oh yeah.
And then most of the time they have a good story or whatever, and I'd be like, all right, so then this date is gonna go horribly wrong, right? Just like make it ease up the tension of like, okay, we're on a date, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's really good. And
then for as bad, say it does go bad, you can reference the worst date she's been on and keep making jokes about it so that at no point in time is that date ever going to be bad because it's not as bad as what it is. And now you have a bottom floor reference to what a bad date is for her.
That's actually quite smart. That's actually quite smart.
She'd be like, well, this guy did this. And then he said these things and blah, blah, blah. And now you know how not to act.
Oh, right?
Now you're like, and you're like,
the multiverse is like,
yeah, right. Exactly.
Okay, now just focus on these.
Yeah, exactly. You're about to take your sweatshirt off. He's like, he had a slut shirt on. You were like, oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's weird.
I have to go. You know what? Let me. I'm like, oh my god,
I have to go to the bathroom. Hope everything comes out all right.
I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I hope everything comes out all right. I love you.
I love you.
I love you. What? That's just kind of great.
What?
No, I'll say another thing with this first date. One thing that's also really fun is, if you're gonna be in a public place like drinks, or I would say it's pretty daring. I would say to like fully go out for a meal on a first date.
No, you don't do meals on first dates.
Meals on a first date.
Drinks.
Drinks. Ballsy.
Drinks, and then depending on how it goes, maybe like an appetizer. Or
exactly. Keep it light. Keep it.
This way, you're not in the hole at some dinner restaurant.
Exactly, and you're like, oh no, this is the worst date that I'm on.
Exactly.
Because I think another thing is like when you're doing something,
you do dinner maybe like, depending on how well it is, maybe third or fourth date. First two, keep it light.
Now, I would say one of the good things about like doing dates and you're in public, and also it brings up the potential. You can also, one thing that's important to me is like how does this person relate to other people? Can they hang? Can they banter, or can they also like have a good time and make friends with other people? Like that's something that's very attractive to me too, because it puts you at ease too. It's like, oh, cool. Like for to like be on a date and be like, oh, this person knows how to hang. They can be friends with. They're outgoing. They can just like, it's very comforting.
Yeah, you gotta test them.
Can get that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get that in those types of scenarios
in those
and
situations. Exactly.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing. The biggest thing that this drove home was
what was
past is in the past.
What was the worst first date you've ever been on?
I don't know. Wait. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, that's fine.
I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind.
Okay.
It's probably really deep down in my subconscious.
Deep down. Yeah, to subdue it.
Deep. Yeah.
All right. Good. Well.
What about you?
Oh no. I gotta
give the people what they
Hold on, let me go deep down.
Fucking asshole.
Oh wait. Deeper. I don't know. I haven't gone that deep in a long time. I won't come back if I go that deep. Actually, this is one of the worst ones I've ever been on. This is that I remember back in the day. This girl shows up.
Give the people what they want.
This girl shows up on the date. She keeps carrying 2 phones with her, okay? Oh, no. She had 2 phones with her. First of all, she was an hour late, right?
Jesus.
And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have some drinks here and get some food. I'm already out here. I'm going to... Look, if anyone cancels on you on a first date and you're already out there, stay there and have a couple drinks, because maybe there's someone else there who also got dumped, and you guys turn and you're like, oh, you here for a date too? And then boom, you click, and it's a movie moment, right? This girl shows up. She's like, she was like half an hour late, something like that. She comes in. I remember her holding 2 phones, right? She sits down. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. Cool. I'm having a blast here without you. So we start talking.
I think I know what.
And while we were talking, she's texting. She would text. She would ask me a question, and then she would start texting. And I would be like, and I wouldn't say anything, and I would start talking, and then when she started texting, I would stop talking, and I just wait and watch. And then she'd put the phone down, and she'd be like, oh, what do you? And she'd ask me another question, right? And I'd start talking, and then she would pick up her phone and start texting again. And I remember that phone died. And I was like, oh, maybe she got like a work phone or something. She's just like working like crazy. I was like, who you? I was like, who do you mind? Who I asked who you texted? It's like a work thing or whatever. She's like, no, these are my friends. We're just sending memes and stuff. I'm like, okay. And then that phone dies, and she turns on her other phone. Right? She starts texting from that phone. And then she gets up and she goes to the bartender and she's like, do you have like a phone charger I can use from like this phone or whatever?
My God.
So he's charging her phone with that one. She's on this phone. And we just sit. I didn't like actually talk to her the whole time. I was sitting there and I'm like, all right. And then like, we close out the bill. We had a couple drinks or whatever, talked about like nothing. Right. And then I go and I was chill. I was like, this is obviously not working out. And I go and I get up. And we go out to the front, and I say goodbye, and she tries to go in for a kiss, right? And I was like, what? And then when we she got me quick. She striked, right? She striked.
Yeah.
And she got me with the kiss, and she was like, she's like, I had so much fun. I'll text you later. I'm like, okay. And she just walks off, and I was like, the fuck just happened? And then she texted me like later, like the next day or whatever. And she's like, so when do you want to hang out again? This was so much fun. I was like, what on planet Earth? So that was one of my bad experiences there, So, but you got to go through like 1,000 of those to find the one you want, the one you like.
So the worst date that I went on,
you kind of have to date a lot to find out who you like. Yeah. That's what you got to do.
I think
and
also
carry
dating,
two phones with you always.
Also, dating is probably great, especially as a creative person or a stand-up or even an actor.
That's what it is. I was like, this
you
is
can
all
take.
material
I was like,
right here.
oh, this is great. I'm taking in so much behavior.
Yeah.
It's really entertaining.
And you learn mannerisms.
I will.
And people and stuff, it's
I don't have any specific details, but it can. This date, in hindsight, I'm like, that wasn't a really good date. But it can be summed up as, this girl sweat as much as me.
Okay.
And I don't think that's probably not a good fit.
Ugh. And then you guys are both laying in the bed just covered in sweat. Gross.
No, it never got there.
Hey, all right, well, let's go to the number one tip, everybody. You ready? And that is, do not lose motivation, okay? Unfortunately, finding love at first sight is rare, and some people might experience a few bad dates before they meet their dream partner. See? Mm-hmm. Don't be disheartened if you're on a first date and you know that person sat opposite you is not the one. Try to make the most of the experience and learn from it. That's literally what I just explained. Just because you are both compatible in some things doesn't mean you're the perfect for each other, and sometimes it's best to move on to someone new. We all have to kiss a few frogs before we meet our prince and princess.
You gotta kiss a few
and you never know what's around the corner. That's it.
You gotta kiss a few trolls before you meet Frodo.
You gotta kiss a couple trolls
before you find your
Frodo, baby. That's it. Wow.
This is.
Well, that's it. I know so many people on the dating apps that are like, "Oh my God, I'm so done with online dating. I went on like 5 dates and they all sucked and all the guys suck and whatever." It's like, okay, but the next one could be the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta kiss a couple frogs and trolls before you find your Prince Charming.
Yeah, it takes a lot of
right. Sometimes that swamp is longer for some than it is for others.
Swamp? Show me the way.
Okay. Some people like to live in the swamp. Some people stay in the swamp. And there's nothing in the swamp for them.
Some people identify as a swamp.
As a swamp.
Ass.
Ass swamp.
Swamp ass.
Swamp ass.
Ogre. Swamp.
Okay.
Shrek grave.
Yeah.
This weekend,
Yeah.
I'm finding my Fiona.
There you go. I think I'm going to go.
Are you going to go?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're just talking about our plans this week and going to the Shrek grave.
Going to the swamp. Exactly.
Yeah. I will say this is the biggest thing.
Don't give up. Because
it's hard. That's where I'm at. Because I want to.
What you have to realize is there's a lot of people. A majority of the people are on the dating app, and they're just as normal and have their shit together as you do, and they're good people. And you just gotta go through a couple of bad ones before you get to them, and you're like, oh my god, have you seen the rain all week? And now I finally met you, and that's it.
Yeah. I think that's the one thing.
So don't give up, Kirk.
Nah, hey,
you'll find your ogre. You'll probably find someone this weekend.
You'll find your ogre.
You'll find your ogre. Hey.
Yeah, it's such a tricky thing to navigate, especially you at the age you get to a certain age, and it's like you have your tendencies or your ways that you've been in relationships or this or that, and not as much time in the single aspect of it, and it's a challenge, and it's not losing faith and the motivation. It's easy to just dismiss it, and that's where I'm navigating right now, where it's like it should by no means be the top priority. The top priority should be you. And you always have to be good with you.
And you have to be okay with, tongue punching a couple frogs in their fart box before you get to your Frodo.
I think the hardest thing to wrap my mind around is like it's pretty brave to put yourself out there.
It is, because the internet's a scary thing. The online world is also very scary, right? But there's normal people out there, so give it a chance. Don't give up. That's what I say.
Okay.
You'll find your person.
Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I get when I thought we were
gonna end it on like a nice little note there.
It was. Yeah. Don't give up.
Well, a couple sentences ago, as I said, tongue punch a frog's fart box. So
tongue punch a frog or a troll before you get your Frodo Baggins.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any other parting remarks that you have to say, or certain things? I know you have.
I would really say, the more that you go out there,
listeners,
hi,
or me, I'm also listening.
You're all here. Good. I would say, keep going. Don't literally become like almost a serial dater. Not in like a bad way where you're like breaking hearts or whatever, but definitely date as many people as you can. With the heart that you want something serious, and if one thing doesn't become in the timing of what it once was, like when you're on a first date and things are going. Sometimes you go on a date and you'll be dating someone, things will go hot and heavy for like a week or two, and then something will happen, and then they'll just stop, or like you won't feel it anymore. Trust your gut there, but then someone will come along where it's just this natural ride. And you gotta listen to that as well. But date as much as you can, because then you'll learn what kinds of people are out there, how you are in situations, who you are with different people. How do you know you want to be with this one girl if you've never been with that type of girl before? You know what I mean?
That's true.
But even in that tight pool, you got to date like 8 of them before you find the one that's like the perfect niche within that type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
have you seen those TikToks?
You got to go out and do as much as you can.
Have you seen those TikToks recently that are like, "Oops, got what you're attracted to. Let's see what it is," and then it'll say like a really honest thing?
No.
Do you want to hear mine?
Sure.
It's a TikTok I'll probably make.
Okay.
Oops, got what you're attracted to. Let's see what it is. Oh, insanely chaotic women who are emotionally unavailable, very attractive, witty, and have a control complex. Whoops.
Mine is oops.
What do you
ass.
Yes! Well,
hey, welcome. Thanks for watching the Man Doozy podcast.
Yes,
everybody.
guys,
We
please
love you.
share this with your friends. If you want to learn more about dating or any other topics, please let us know. If you want to be a guest on the show, let us know. What would you teach us and provide us tips?
Yeah.
And we're very excited to
Share us
have
with
the
your
ball
friends.
rolling
Yeah.
with this dating series. It's going well so far.
It's going well so far.
Yeah.
Go out there and use what we've taught you.
Yes. Stay flirty, everybody. I'm Kirk. I'm going to show you how much of a slut I am, Koz.
And I'm still bald.
See you next week, guys. What do you
ass.